This program contains subject matter and language that may be disturbing to some viewers. Viewer discretion is advised.
My name is Tim. When I go fight, everything comes into focus, nothing else matters. Shady, shady.
Shady was always sneaking some techniques in there where he would, make you think low but go high. His approach on throwing you off was quite shady, and it worked for him.
My professional mixed martial arts record is 17-9. 17 wins, 9 losses, 6 title fights, 4 Canadian title wins.
Almost have trained in 3 years. I need to get high, I need to have something to drink. I need to get sick here right away. I'm starting to shake. I have a beer right here, right now.
I'm addicted to crystal meth and booze. You get high and you build the wall and you forget about that. You don't think about that stuff. You're too focused on other that doesn't matter. Doing that means nothing. I've stayed up for 27 days, 13 days, 20 days, 18 days, tweaking out and doing crazy stuff.
I've seen him at some low points throughout his career, but this is I've never seen a person this low.
The inner Shady's not there. It's like it's Tim, but it's not. It's not him at all.
When Tim was born, it was a great day.
He was just a chubby little ball of life, and he was cuddly, and you just, he was adorable.
Me and Tim are 13 months apart, and Lee's older than us. He's like 12 years older.
My mom had another son, Roddy. He passed away before I was born.
My mom told him to go around to the passenger door, and when she started the key, and it jerked forward, got hit, squished between the truck and the wall. She just wanted to turn it on so they could warm up, though.
Yeah, after Roddy's death, my parents started drinking. Things were chaotic for quite a few years, but when Carmen and Tim were born, that was sort of a turning point. They got sober. We had a stable home, and we were a pretty happy family at that time.
They both were in AA for quite a while, and it was looking really positive. But Sandy never recovered from the death of Roddy. I think she must have kept that buried really deep.
She started drinking before I did, and so it was kind of hard to have one non-drinker and one drinker, and things just started to go south on us. I was back drinking, and Sandy and we really weren't talking. I really wasn't there for them. It was tough on Tim.
We're in the lower class welfare projects, and it's bad stuff when people are drinking and using. I was 13, and I was in my underwear, sleeping in bed, came out to the commotion. I seen my mom get stabbed. I had to call the ambulance for her, and I held her hand while she lost feeling and stuff like that, and she went under for 5 minutes.
After the incident with his mom, he started to hang around with the tougher kids in the neighborhood.
Started drinking young, 13 years old, was having blackouts. I smoked crack for my first time when I was about 14 years old.
My sister started to use drugs too.
When the kids moved in with me, they were teenagers. They were like 15, 16.
My Auntie Barb was a real good auntie. She never had alcohol or drugs in the house.
It was after my daughter's son was born. The family started getting close again.
I was working on roofs. I was in charge of telling 30-year-old, 35-year-old men what to do. But I was thinking, I need to do something with my life. And I was watching the Ultimate Fighter show, and I was hooked. I needed to get into it.
He never took baby steps into this sport. He just dove right into the deep end.
Tim never used drugs at all when he fought.
My mom was a huge fan, his biggest fan probably. They were really close.
I had a fight. That was the main event. It was the last fight my mom was at.
My mom was still involved in drinking and the drugs. It carried with her for most of her life.
My buddy came over and said, let's go. He walked in the hospital, talked to her, gave her a blessing. Said amen. The machine flatlined and she was gone. I was sober, I was doing good, and I met my wife. She's a crystal meth addict, but she turned around, sobered up, and married her. We both went from having like struggled lives, poor families, broken homes, to like a really solid home foundation.
When Tim had his son, he was quite excited. He did everything. He changed diapers. He was just a really good dad.
We're the glue. People would come to our houses. We were holding Christmases and doing all that. That's all what I wanted, just the family.
And you won the belt, and then you defended it 3 times. It was exciting.
Things were going good, and then the wife started getting high again and not playing the mom role like she was supposed to, so that threw me off my game.
Tim stepped in so many times and tried to help his wife.
I would break pipes, beat up her friends. She put me in life and death situations numerous times. All the that she was doing made me go take my kid home to my dad.
It was just a downhill spiral very quickly from when they first split up.
And I just started drinking and using too.
The anger started coming out more, and the house getting smashed up, holes getting punched in the walls.
Tim would be high on meth and all night long, just wrecking stuff, and he would turn violent on my dad, and my dad had enough.
We shouldn't wait for Tim.
Yeah, are we waiting for Tim? No. We'll probably be waiting here all night. Once he's doing this so important, he can't like pick up the phone call.
Edgy as like now we're out of dope. I don't want to be stressful around my kid when we're out of dope.
Tim was resentful. He blames my dad for taking BB.
My dad too. I'm there for my shoes.
Hi, you booger wooger. Hi, my biggie. Boing. Wee. Oh, you look so handsome. Is Zuzu here?
Yeah.
Tim could be the most awesome dad, and his son is the most awesome child. He's gonna need Tim, and Tim's gonna have to step up.
Took a push broom and I pushed every item in the house onto the deck. I can't go through the stuff in the house because the landlords, so I'm going through it on the deck. I can't go through the stuff on the deck because everyone thinks it's garbage. Man. Let's go for a walk, BB. Push beyond my max here. Everyone's storage there, storage there. It's my life. It's been a stress on me. I'm gonna end up killing myself over the storage unit, man.
As soon as he raises his voice or his temper starts to go, then his son's just like, I don't want to be here. And he starts shaking and he starts crying.
BB's with them?
He's in the back room. Carmen and Tim and I've seen it all. Lots of drug and alcohol abuse, fighting, violence. That's what leads to drug abuse, and the cycle is just going to continue with his son.
Forgot my phone. I forgot my dope too, man. Sucks.
I'm Jerry.
Hi.
It's good to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Come on in.
Tim, I love you, and I'm concerned for your health. I'm concerned that you lost perspective on the welfare of BB and you exposed him to some violence and sudden outbursts. You gotta be solid to BB and get help, or we're gonna have to just walk away. We love you.
BB's the most awesome little guy you could ever ask for. He's the perfect kid. He runs and says, look, I'm training hard, just like my dad. Watching him wanting to be just like you is killing me inside. It hurts me so much, I cannot explain the pain I've been feeling. If you don't accept this help, I'm gonna have to do the hardest thing I'll ever have to do. That's walk away. I love you.
I took BB a year ago. And I told you as soon as you get help and get back on your feet, I'd bring him back to you. And I have to stick to my word. I will not bring him back until then. So please accept this treatment. I cannot and will not be a part of your life unless you accept this help. I love you, son.
Your son wrote a letter, too. It says, "Hi, Dad. I love you. And I can't wait till you go for help. So you and me can be together all the time. I love you, Dad." So will you go to treatment today?
Yeah,
Yeah, you tell your family that.
I'll go.
Yeah, good job. Good job, Tim.
Love you, man.
Hey, Booker. Thank you. Daddy, you get better?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll be back together again? Love you, buddy.
Tim?
Tim.
Nice to meet you. Welcome to the last door, guys.
There ended up being a physical confrontation between him and another client in which Tim owned the responsibility for, and we just have a zero tolerance for aggressive behavior.
Getting kicked out, it was devastating, you know. I did a big no-no. I hit somebody, put it in an unsafe spot, and got kicked out for it. I kept my old street mentality, you know, you say something to me I don't like, I'm gonna punch you out, and that's what happened. I'm grateful for Bruce giving me a second chance. Now that I'm back in, I'm not taking anything for granted while I'm here.
I think Tim's saving grace was when he was leaving, he asked if he could keep the manual. He wanted to continue working regardless if he was here. And for me, that meant a lot. That told me that he still had interest in recovery, and just because he made a mistake wasn't going to be the end for him.
The amount of gratitude I have, I can't even express it through words. I just got to express it through my actions and complete my program. There's so many people in my corner cheering for me, and like I'm cheering for myself this time too. I'm learning to love myself again, and if I'm not taking nothing for granted, Shady 2.0, it's my second chance at life.